Every morning you delay, your future pays for it. While you were sleeping in this morning, somebody else was already an hour deep into building their dream. While you were hitting snooze, somebody else was moving their body, sharpening their mind, and planning their day before the rest of the world even opened its eyes. And here is the part that should wake you up more than any alarm clock ever could. That person is not more talented than you. They are not smarter, luckier, or more gifted. They simply made one decision that you have not made yet. They chose the morning. And that one decision is changing everything. I want to start with two questions, and I need you to sit with both of them honestly. First, do you have goals? A life you are reaching toward. A version of yourself that you believe you are capable of becoming. Something you want to build, achieve, or experience before your time here is done. Most people say yes. Now, the second question, and this is the one that matters. If you could go back and do it all over again, knowing everything you know now, carrying all the potential you have inside of you, could you have done more than you have done up to this point? When people truly sit with that question in silence, most of them already know the answer. And that answer is one of the most important pieces of information you will ever receive about yourself. Because it means that what you have built so far, as real and as hard-earned as it may be, is only the beginning. It is the surface of something far deeper. The life you have been living is not your ceiling. It is your foundation. The problem is that most people never go beyond the foundation. They aim low, settle into comfort, and convince themselves that where they are is close enough to where they want it to be. They trade the extraordinary for the familiar. And day by day, morning by morning, they drift further from the version of themselves that they were always capable of becoming. This stops the moment you decide to own your mornings, because the morning is where everything begins. There is something almost sacred about the world before sunrise, a stillness that exists in those quiet hours that cannot be found at any other time of day. The noise has not started, the demands have not arrived, the phone has not started pulling at your attention. And in that window of time before the world wakes up and starts placing its priorities ahead of your own, you have something genuinely rare. You have time that belongs entirely to you. Most people never experience this. They wake up already behind, already reacting, already inside someone else's schedule before they have had a single thought of their own. They reach for their phone before their feet hit the floor, scroll through content that adds nothing to their life, and rush into the day feeling scattered and overwhelmed. And they wonder, why does it always feel like I am catching up? The answer's simple. They never got ahead. Now picture someone who wakes up before the world, who moves their body before the day begins, who sits in silence, sets their intention, and steps into their responsibilities, not frantic and reactive, but clear, focused, and ready, who enters every room having already done something for themselves. Those are two completely different people. And the only thing separating them is a decision about when to get up and what to do with the hours that follow. Early mornings give you control, not just over your calendar, but over your mind, over your energy, over the story you are writing about who you are and what kind of life you are building. When you win the morning, you create momentum. And momentum is one of the most powerful forces available to someone who is trying to build something that lasts. Let me be honest with you about something that most people are not willing to say out loud. Waking up early is not the point. What the early morning represents, that is the point. And what it represents is discipline. A word that is thrown around so often, it has almost lost its meaning. But when you truly understand what discipline is and what it can do for your life, everything changes. Discipline is not punishment. It is not suffering for its own sake. Real discipline is a commitment to the person you are becoming. It is a daily decision to honor your future self over your present comfort. To say, I know this feels hard right now, but I know what it is building, and I refuse to trade that for a few extra minutes of warmth under the covers. And it runs through everything, not just the morning alarm. What you choose to put into your body, because your body is the vehicle that carries every dream you have ever had. How you manage your emotions. Because a person who cannot regulate how they feel cannot make sound decisions when pressure arrives. The grip you keep on your own ego so that it serves you instead of quietly destroying everything you are trying to build. Think about water. Pour it into any container, and it takes that exact shape without resistance, without insisting on staying what it was before. It adapts completely and still remains fully itself. That is the kind of inner flexibility that changes lives. The ability to reshape yourself for the demands of the moment without losing what you are made of at your core. Every single morning, the easy path shows up. It whispers, stay down, it is too cold, 5 more minutes will not hurt, you can start fresh on Monday. And discipline is the voice that answers back without hesitation, not today. Because I know what I am building, and I am not willing to trade it for comfort. That voice does not come from nowhere. It is built decision by decision, morning by morning, one follow-through commitment at a time. Every time you rise, when you do not feel like it, you are not just starting a day, you are training yourself. You are building evidence that you are someone who does what they said they would do. And over time, that evidence becomes a foundation that nothing can shake. Waking up early creates the opportunity. What you do with that opportunity determines the result. Think of your morning as a three-part system. Move your body, feed your mind, set your direction, get all three right, and you will not just have a better morning, you will have a better life. The first part is movement. Your body is an engine, and a cold engine does not perform at its best. The moment you get your body moving in the morning, even if it is just stretching, a short walk, or 10 minutes of deliberate physical activity, you wake up your system. You signal to every part of yourself that today has started, that you are not passive, that you are active, intentional, and ready. You do not need to run a marathon before sunrise. You just need to move, because movement shifts everything. The second part is feeding your mind. What you put into your brain in the first hour sets the tone for how you think and operate for the rest of the day. If you begin by scrolling through social media, you are starting your day inside someone else's story. You are beginning with comparison, noise, and distraction. Choose something that builds you instead. Read 10 pages of something that expands your thinking. Write in a journal your thoughts, your goals, what you are grateful for, what you are committed to today. Sit in silence and let your mind settle before the world tries to fill it up. These are not small habits. They are the daily construction of the person you are becoming. The third part is setting your direction. Before the day takes over, decide what matters most. Not a long list of tasks, 2 or 3 clear priorities that, if accomplished, would make this day genuinely meaningful. Because once the day begins, distractions will compete for your focus constantly. But if you have already decided what matters, those distractions lose their power over you. You move through your day with direction instead of just responding to whatever arrives. This 3-part system does not require hours. Even 30 intentional minutes in the morning spent moving, learning, and planning will compound over weeks and months into something that completely transforms your life. Waking up early is a declaration. It says, I am in control of my time. I refuse to let comfort make decisions on my behalf. I am choosing, consciously and deliberately, to lead my life rather than just let it happen to me. But here is where most people get stuck. They treat motivation like it is the engine. They wait to feel inspired, energized, and ready before they get up. And on the days when that feeling does not show up, which is most days, they stay in bed and they fall further behind. Motivation is a mood. It is unreliable, inconsistent, and completely unsuitable as the foundation for a great life. Discipline is different. Discipline does not need to feel good. It does not require the right conditions. It just requires a decision followed immediately by action. The moment your alarm rings, you stand at a crossroads. Your mind will give you 100 reasons to stay down. It will tell you it is too early, too cold, too hard, that you deserve the rest, that you can start tomorrow. And in that moment, every single person who has ever built something worth having has heard the exact same voice and chosen to get up anyway. Not because it was easy, because they understood what was at stake. You are not born a morning person. Nobody is. It is trained. It is built through repetition and commitment. It starts with one morning where you choose discipline over comfort, then another, and somewhere in the middle of all those small choices, something shifts. What once felt like a battle starts to feel like a practice. What once felt like a sacrifice starts to feel like a privilege. That is the mindset of an early riser, and it is available to every single person listening to this right now. In a world that never stops demanding your attention, silence is one of the rarest and most powerful things you can give yourself. The moment most people wake up, the world is already talking at them. Notifications, headlines, opinions, other people's voices filling every available space in the mind. And if you never carve out time to hear your own voice, to think your own thoughts, reconnect with your own values, and check in with your own direction, you will spend your entire life reacting instead of leading. Morning silence is the antidote. When you wake up before the world, you enter a space where the noise has not started yet, where your thoughts are your own, where you can ask yourself the questions that truly matter. What do I want to build? Am I moving toward the life I want, or am I drifting? What kind of person do I want to be today? These questions cannot be answered in the middle of a chaotic afternoon. They can only be answered in stillness. Solitude is not the same as loneliness. Loneliness is emptiness. Solitude is a deliberate choice, a powerful decision to spend time with yourself so that you can show up more fully for everything and everyone else. In the quiet morning hours, you belong entirely to yourself. No obligations, no interruptions. Just the rare and precious gift of being fully present in your own mind. Even 15 minutes of morning silence can shift everything. Sit quietly before reaching for your phone. Take a few slow, deliberate breaths. Write down what is on your mind. Go for a short walk without headphones, and let your thoughts move freely. These are not luxuries. They are the building blocks of self-mastery. The person who knows themselves, who has spent time in silence, who understands their own values and direction, that person cannot be easily shaken by the chaos of the day. Here is something most people never fully grasp. Your morning does not stay in the morning. The way you begin your day creates energy, and that energy flows forward into every single thing that follows. A strong morning makes you sharper in your thinking, more patient in your relationships, more resilient when things go sideways, and more decisive when pressure arrives. It does not just make your morning better, it makes your entire day better. And your entire day, repeated consistently, makes your entire life better. The opposite is equally true. A rushed, chaotic, unintentional morning follows you too. You carry that scattered energy into your work. You bring that frustration into your conversations. It shows up in the quality of every decision you make for the rest of the day. Two people, same day, same hours available to them. One starts with intention moving, learning, planning. The other starts with reaction scrolling, rushing, already behind. Those two people will not end up in the same place. Not by the end of the day, not by the end of the year, and certainly not by the end of their lives. Small, consistent acts of discipline in the morning compound in ways that are almost impossible to fully appreciate until you live them. Making your bed, getting up the moment the alarm rings, following through on your morning routine, even when you do not feel like it. Planning your day before the chaos arrives. These are not dramatic gestures. They are quiet, daily acts of self-respect. And over weeks, months, and years, they stack up into something extraordinary. The life you want is not waiting for a big break. It is waiting for you to build it one morning at a time, one disciplined choice at a time, one intentional sunrise at a time. Everything we have covered today, every insight, every strategy, every truth, amounts to nothing without action. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. And you did not come here to be entertained. You came here because something inside you is ready to change. So here is your challenge. Not next week, not when things slow down, not when you feel ready. Tomorrow morning you rise. Start small. Wake up just 15 minutes earlier than you normally would. Do not reach for your phone. Sit up, put your feet on the floor, take a breath, and ask yourself one question: who am I going to be today? Move your body, even briefly. Write down one thing you are committed to. Give your morning one act of intention before the world starts making demands of you. That is it. 15 minutes, one decision, one morning, then do it again the next day and the day after that. Because this is not a one-time event, it is a practice. And like every practice, the more consistently you show up for it, the stronger it becomes. What starts as a struggle becomes a routine. What becomes a routine becomes a lifestyle. And that lifestyle starts constructing a future that the version of you from 6 months ago could only imagine. You have something inside of you that the world genuinely needs, a potential that has not yet been fully expressed, a capacity for greatness that has not yet been fully unlocked. And it is not going to be found in the snooze button. It is not going to be discovered in the comfort of staying down. It is going to be built in the dark, quiet hours of the morning before the world wakes up, before anyone is watching, before anything is guaranteed. One disciplined, intentional, purpose-driven sunrise at a time. Your time is not later. Your time is not when things get easier. Your time is tomorrow morning. The moment that alarm goes off and you choose to rise, rise with purpose, rise before the world, rise before your excuses get a vote, and watch everything change. If something in this message landed for you today, if one line hit somewhere that needed it, drop your comment below right now. Tell the Rise with Purpose community what you are committing to starting tomorrow morning. Your words could be exactly what someone else needs to read today to make the same decision. And if you are not yet subscribed, hit that button right now, because we show up every single day with the mindset, the tools, and the truth to help you build the life you were made for. This is Rise with Purpose. Now, go rise.